get it.
All right, guys. 5 o'clock, City of Greendale Board of Public Works, March 11th, 2026. I'd like to call the meeting to order, and please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. All right. Got to read this real quick, guys. The City of Greendale, in compliance with our Title VI implementation plan, is a non-discriminating city. We have developed a complaint of discrimination form that is open to the public at any time, along with a voluntary public survey, and those hang in the back on the back wall. Okay. All right. Before we start this, we are going to ask Willie Ratcliffe to come up. So. All right, so Willie worked for the city for 21 years. He also served with the EMS for 33 years, of which 4 years he was a lieutenant, and he was an apparatus operator. Am I correct? Nice. So.
I don't want to photobomb this.
I'd like to thank you for all you did for all of us. So, thank you very much. Very much. Nice. Good man.
Thanks, man.
Mine now. Willie, do you want to go ahead and just stay up there? Sorry. Willie, I want to thank you for your years of service with us. As many years, we couldn't have done it without you. So I'm very appreciative, and so is Greendale EMS and the city for your years of service. You're welcome.
You're gonna have to build more walls, man.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I want to say for the record that I see that prototypical kind of meme of a firefighter saving a cat.
Yes.
I witnessed it at About Pond.
Was there one in a tree?
Way up.
I might add, Willie is a great employee.
Yes.
Civil City, lineman, did it all. Could always rely on him. Did a great job.
Yep. Yep. Thank you. Okay. Approval of the March 11th, 2026 regular meeting minutes.
Make a motion to approve the March 11th, 2026 meeting minutes.
Okay, we have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Need approval of the bills and claims.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Charlie.
I'll make the motion.
Okay, got a first. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. All right. Any audience comments today? How about the two guys in the balcony? No?
They're out.
All right. No audience comments. All right. Pam, do you have the police report?
I do.
Okay.
March 2026, total calls for service 464. Calls year to date 1,243. Traffic citations 14 for this month. Citations year to date 35. Criminal arrests 13 for this month. Criminal arrests year to date 34. Crash reports 8, and year to date on crash reports 24. New case reports 21, and year to date 62. And no trainings for March.
Okay. I do realize this is being recorded. People detouring down Miller or zooming.
Zooming? Going around that corner.
Yes, ma'am.
pretty quick?
Give the zoomers a ticket, please.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Definitely
Thank you.
pay attention.
Yes. We got a lot going on with Now and Avenue.
Yes.
Electric and water are busy, really busy. So, okay. Fire report, Shannon.
For the month of March, we had 25 calls. So far in the month of April here, we're at 7. Our year-to-date right now is 92 calls. As far as the calls in March, we had a house fire at 329 Ridge Avenue.
We assisted Whitewater Township in Hamilton County with a large commercial structure fire there. We had a large grass fire down on US 50 in front of Dunkin' Donuts. We assisted Aurora with a detached garage fire. We assisted Aurora with a structure fire at a nail salon in the strip mall down where like Harbor Freight is. We had a vehicle accident with an entrapment in front of McDonald's on US 50. And then we had another accident on State Line Road close to the Hidden Valley entrance where a vehicle struck 2 utility poles and dropped both of them down on the ground with wires. Out of those 25 calls in March, 14 of those were in the city. 2 of those were in the township that we cover. We responded to 2 calls in Hamilton County, 2 calls in Bright, 2 calls in Lawrenceburg, and 3 calls in Aurora. Any questions?
Busy month.
I do want to say, Mike Perberg and Mike McLaughlin, Anthony and I met with the owner of 392 Ridge. They were very appreciative of all you all did, and also wanted to put a big shout out to Aaron and Matt Wustefeld for knocking on the door and telling him, you got to leave, you got to go.
Yeah, 'cause they were actually asleep.
Yes.
The wife and the child was asleep on the first floor, and they just happened to be coming by and was beating on the front
Yes.
door, so that was
Yeah. That's huge.
real huge.
Yep, we'll take that. Good people. Okay, Tommy?
You got your reports in front of you. We had 63 responses for the month of March. That brought us up to 218. Average time en route was a minute. Average time we arrived on a scene was 5. Average time spent on the scene was 14 and 9 minutes to get to a hospital. Out of those calls, 43 were during the day shift, 20 were in the night shift. 49 of those were in the city of Greendale, 4 were county calls, and we had 10 mutual aid calls in the county.
That's big.
Out of those calls, 13 refused treatment, and we transported 39. We go at the end of this month, the last week of this month, to go and do the final inspection on our ambulance. So I am projecting somewhere end of May, we should have it
Nice.
in service, ready to go.
Again, big shout out to redevelopment for helping us
Yes.
get that
big
across the
shout
finish
out.
line.
Huge thank you.
Yep, that was huge.
Tommy, I'm so impressed with your time of arrival. I mean, that's amazing.
That's just because, we have paid crews there. That's why you see the en route times are very short, getting on the scene are very short. Like I said, the hospital, it kind of varies where we go, but those 2 top times are the big keys. That's what
Absolutely.
makes the difference.
Absolutely.
So,
Good job.
yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Unfinished business. We're gonna kind of zoom through these tonight. We got a lot of new business to talk about. So, Nathaniel, Ridge Avenue project, please.
Yeah, so we had the pre-construction meeting, with Rowe. They, as of now, they're looking to start probably the week after the 4th of July. They should be getting their schedule, finalizing their schedule of construction, and they should be getting that over to us in the next couple weeks. So there is a possibility they start a little bit before then, but talking to them in the pre-construction meeting with what they already have on their plates, and then me pretty much telling them they're shutting down for the week of the 4th of July, it lined out better for them to just wait till the following week. So that's
Good.
kind of where we're at on that.
Good. Okay. Let's roll right into the reso proposal for the CCMG 2027-01. Y'all, you want to speak to that, Kevin, or both you?
You can go ahead.
Yeah, so I've revised this proposal to include more construction administration and observation, and added several notes that I think the city was looking to have in there. So hopefully it's acceptable.
Okay.
from this point, but-
Any comments, guys?
Well, it looks like they covered everything, plus the project closeout where you have to do the letter and put all the financial stuff together and
Right.
submit it. Okay, good. I'll make a motion to approve Rezo Engineering for the 2027 Community Crossings Grant, -1 Community Crossings Grant Project, not to exceed $40,000 pursuant to the proposal submitted.
Okay, just, let's make, is that project number 26-027?
That's it.
Okay, so we're all on the same page. Okay, we have a first, do we have a second?
Second.
Got a first and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, wonderful, thank you. Okay, Sean, you had a big day today, what's,
Yeah, they started on that water project there at Hag. They got, I wanna say, when I was there, it was 4 sticks in the ground, but there might end up with 5 or 6 by the end of the day, but they had to kinda wrap everything up to make sure the school buses get through. So they're gonna bring, arrow boards tomorrow. I'm sorry, lights. They stopped the arrow boards, they're gonna bring traffic lights, those mobile traffic lights, to let traffic in and out. And they're gonna try not to start until the buses go through. I mean, it's kind of a
it's
dense
tight.
time. They have so much time, but it'll go quicker for them if they get a little more of the road than what they were planning on.
So I sent a text to, fire, EMS, police, Carl Gailey, and our sanitation guys, hey, they will let you through at any time, that's not a concern, so don't feel like you have to go around. They will actually stop and make it happen. So we should be in pretty good shape, so.
Got everything lined up, how they're gonna attack it, how they're gonna install it, where they're gonna stop, where they're gonna flush, where
Yes,
they're
we
gonna
were talking
test.
about it this morning on a lot of that, down there where, what's Locust? First Street, they're gonna have to they have to tie those in. They have to get them tied in when they go to fill it. Because if they abandon that 4-inch line, they're gonna cut people off if they don't get them switched over. So they're gonna fill it, test it, and then tie them in. They were talking about this morning, and do the services before they abandon that 4-inch line. Because then they're gonna cut those houses off.
I was gonna say, all those homes on the west side of Nowland.
Yes.
Down through there are all on that. It's a dead end, right, Charles? I think. It's a dead end
that?
line. I said that's a dead end line. That 4,
Yeah,
pretty sure.
but where it dead ends, nobody knows. I don't know if it's feeding all the way to, Blackburn's. You know, I don't
I don't know
know.
who Blackburn is.
Just past,
Across from,
How about like a street or an address?
the old house, just past, the entrance into Beckett Landing, that
Okay.
old house on the left.
Yes, all right. With the big lot? I know
being
what you're
that
talking
old
about. All
house
right.
up there, it
Okay,
could be.
I'm tracking.
I think it does, though. I'm pretty sure it don't. Not sure.
All
You're gonna be in for a lot of surprises.
Yep, yep. Okay, while you're at it, Sean, now on
they
Avenue
got-
North and South.
The electric, the only part they have to do on the north part is up in that wood line. They were trying to save that for last, so they're out of the way, the water crew. They got everything else done. They're in there fighting that battle. They're trying to get that 80-foot poles set and everything. And then they're gonna jump down to the substation, start working south.
Nice, good deal. Okay, no update on the IMPA electric ordinance audit.
Did we jump over the Horezo proposal on the Nowland?
Did I, am I,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, I knew this was gonna bite me in the rear, but let me get this. I'm working off 2 different Board of Works. The one I got all marked up with all my notes, and then,
There you go.
there we go. Okay, number 5. Now we're, now on Avenue Water Main Reso proposal, okay. We got that? Is it, what's this, Steve, what number is it? 24-181? Okay.
So this is pretty much for you all to watch Queen City Mechanical as they go down through there, right?
A little, yeah, we've kind of talked about the scope of work here, and I think pared it down a bit, but we're not on site every day. I think Sean's gonna take the majority of that. So, we'll help you with issues as they come up, proof pay applications, any kind of submittals or change orders, anything like that, so. And then if you guys need anything extra, of course, we're right here, so.
This is all hourly,
Well-
just based on hourly not to exceed, hourly not
Right.
to exceed. Go ahead.
And Kevin, Mike, and Nathaniel worked out the pricing structure. We've got all that now, so we know we know what Rezo charges for Kevin, Christina, the whole bit, so we've got it all.
And we'll get you that in a very clear format to
Right.
understand more.
Yeah, I would even, and I think I seen one on a previous one, just go ahead and maybe put your hourly rates, just attach it to it.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, that'd be very helpful.
Yeah.
Okay. Anthony, I'm assuming you went through all the fine print.
I think it's just their standard.
Okay. Peter first. I'm looking down the corridor here. You guys good?
Yeah, I'm good with the construction observation. I just assumed that the construction administration stuff, the shop drawing review and submittal
Hopefully
review
it's
and all
been
that,
done.
what it was in the original scope, no?
Well, so there's not actually gonna be much. I actually just included that in case there was some extra submittal. I mean, with you guys buying materials and everything, there's probably not gonna be a lot of submittals of that nature, but the majority of what would be taken care of would be any kind of change orders, any kind of construction issues, you know, just meeting on the site to discuss something that might happen, pay applications, things of that nature.
Are you guys, is there, you guys GPS in this thing as it goes into?
Did you guys, did they say?
Oh, I'm not GPSing it.
the contractor
I
say
didn't
they
think
were
you
gonna-
would, so.
I'll use my phone, that's not a problem.
I think if I remember correctly, in that recon meeting, I think the contractor did
Contractor.
mention they were gonna do
Okay,
it.
so they're gonna give you a GPS as-built, and you're gonna be able to load it into your system, right?
I
Okay.
talked to him this morning about the as-built, and I told him, make sure even you get the height, the depth from, hey, this water line's 20 inches away from this sewer line or whatever, I want all those on the as-built.
I do it both ways. I mean, they'll sit there and dink it in, it's
Yeah.
all exposed, but also maybe have a red line sheet just on a piece of paper just to have, just throw in the file somewhere.
And we actually talked to Mike and Kevin earlier this week about Rezo downloading it onto our new GPS system for us, and they were gonna sit in on the training, so, yeah, helping us with that.
Okay, and you pre-conned everything, they're putting the wire in? all that
Yep, I
kind of
saw it
stuff,
this morning
Yep.
and everything, putting the tape up on there and everything.
Good. That's going well. Okay,
I'll make a motion, did I make a motion? I'm sorry. I'll
No.
make a motion to approve, Rezo's proposal water main, replacement project 24-181, addendum 1, which is primarily the construction of the Nullen Avenue water main, construction observations and construction administration, not to exceed, $15,000.
okay. We have a first, do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, got a first and second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Okay. Number 5, no update. Structure Point Water Plant. Is that Ryan? Is he? Are you here?
Yes.
Yes. Becky, are you gonna lower, do you need the screen or?
Oh,
So our, I think we were presenting for the notice at 6. Yeah.
That's, okay.
We're doing that at council.
We're gonna do council, we're not gonna talk about it here? Okay. All right, we can take that off. All right, Nathaniel, Valley Woods Dam storm outfall.
No update on that. I should have an update for you guys hopefully by the next meeting. Then the Valley Woods drainage, you'll see Bear Becker's proposal in your packet. That total amount is $19,960, which we would take out of the MS4 budget if you guys approve it. That proposal is basically them incorporating the culvert pipe underneath Sycamore Woods into the ditch line design. Essentially, we will eventually abandon the culvert that is there now, cap it, CD fill it, and then the new culvert will be designed to where it's higher in elevation. I know that's more money to absorb, but I think if we're gonna do the ditch line, we have to do the culvert with it. And I think that's the only way to really do it after talking with Steve out there. Going at that elevation of it, it's gonna be a problem. So I think that's probably the best way to move forward, is to have that incorporated with it as well.
I'm good with it. I noticed just, it's a typo, but they talk about a new culvert under Springwood. They meant Sycamore Woods, right? when they
Yeah,
said
yeah,
that?
sorry.
I had one more question. Oh, easements. So I know we talked about this. There's a pretty wide easement there now, I think. Do you think you're gonna need, Anthony, any more easements or anything?
I haven't talked to Mark about it, I need to talk to him about it.
Okay. So that'll just be additional services and they'll bring a new scope in for us? Okay.
But he hasn't mentioned needing additional easement.
I think that's all I had.
Okay.
So Nathaniel, did you say 7,500,
No.
10,013.60, and 2,100 total? I didn't do the math on
Yeah,
that.
the total,
19,960.
yeah, the total is $19,960.
Yep.
Which I said we will take that out of the MS4 budget, so we are covered on that end.
Okay. I'm good with it. After looking it over with Nathaniel, I think that's a pretty good plan to go for. Are they gonna give you a couple alternatives on the, I noticed the type of, I'll call it, ditch lining, determined type of lining improvement? Did they talk about like how many alternatives they might give you? Is
He
it,
didn't talk about it. The way I understood it, I think it's gonna be based on what they deem makes sense out in the field, and then with all of the analytical stuff they run.
calculations?
Yeah, I think that will be, so I think they'll take that into consideration, and then it'll basically be one proposal.
Okay.
I don't think it'll be a combination of 3 or 4 to pick from, but I can verify that.
Well, I just think about too, there's gonna be a big, how do you wanna say, line channel out there. You might wanna just touch base with the owners that live out that way to make sure they understand what it's gonna look like at the end of the day, cause
Yeah.
there's that, riprap, there's the gabion baskets, there's that type of material you can fill full of concrete, that Fabriform type stuff.
Yeah.
There's a whole host of things. You could go with Flexomat.
Yeah.
I can go on and on.
I mean, I did in the initial discussions, obviously, the main thing is to make it work, but I did tell him, you know, we don't need the Taj Mahal per se, like, let's kinda keep it cost efficient, you know what I mean, so.
There's a lot of water that goes down
Yeah.
that ditch, it comes from the golf course, so.
Which our civil city crew, they went out there and cleaned all that up. I mean, it looks really, really nice right now. I mean, it obviously needs riprap and stuff back in it, but it's 1,000 times better looking right now than what it has been, so.
I'll send you a link to something where they do some natural type of, how do you wanna say, design on turning that into more of a natural looking creek. That might be something they could pull off.
I know, like, Rapid Run up there in the west side, they've done a lot of that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, and it turned out real nice.
I'll send that to you. I'll make a motion to approve Bear Becker's, service agreement, for $19,960, not to exceed, I don't see a number on it, but it's for the, Springwood Court, northwest side, drainage improvement.
Okay.
Second.
Got a first and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Okay.
That's coming out of the MS4?
MS4, yes, okay. St. E Drainage Project, so quick background on this. We proposed this in 2014. We signed a contract with Rezo Engineering in 2016. They designed it. We put it out for bid in 2021, 22. Came back like at $1.2 million. We shelved it because it was so expensive. It was the post-COVID numbers. We brought it back out again, had Christina, prior to Kevin being here, go through it. She value engineered it by picking up an old pipe underneath the highway. And here we are today. I think it's $562,000 that Smith Corp is doing. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Yes. And the problem we found out, both parties, Rezo Engineering and City of Greendale, we were still operating on a 2016 number in their system, and it looked like we had overspent. But really what we hadn't done is redone our numbers for you guys to look this over, this project. In my mind, this project is critical, especially with the elevations. The elevations have to work, and it needs someone like Rezo Engineering to keep an eye on it. So that's where we are today. So we asked him to go back and give us a proposal to oversee the project to the end. and certify that it's working properly. Agreed?
I agree.
Okay.
So it's critical for future development of that vacant lot next to the Sunma, because it goes right through developable piece of
Right,
property.
and
so-
that pipe you're talking about between the cinema and where St. E was going to build,
Exactly.
I think it's a 54-inch pipe. Maxwell and St. E will grout that and fill it on their own. That, Greendale is not responsible for that portion. So, yeah. So what you see in front of you, what's the proposal number on this one? Steve, you got it?
I don't, I see the report.
24034.
I got it now.
24034, okay.
Okay.
Vince,
Yes, sir.
does that include invoices already invoiced?
It does not. It includes everything that has not been paid. So there may have been an invoice that you guys had that hasn't been paid that would be included on here.
Okay.
It does not include anything that's been paid so far.
So I think what Mike's asking, he's asking that the city is going to pay the engineering oversight and not redevelopment. And that's so, Board of Works guys, that's what we're being asked to pay through the city.
We
And
paid
it-
32,000, or GRC's paid 32,000 so far, which we will reimburse them for.
Okay,
There is a bill for, well, two bills for about $12,000 in the claims for today.
okay. And that's part of this, Kevin?
It's just because redevelopment just agreed to pay the Smith Corp.
Yeah.
bill. Yeah.
Just the construction part of it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Are those resume invoices?
Yeah, those resume, Becky?
Yes.
Yes.
One's dated February 19th and one's dated March 10th.
I believe it's just the March that's included in this and not the February.
That one's about 3,500.
Okay.
That sounds right.
Thank you for the clarity. Appreciate that. So we need a motion to pass Reso Engineering overlooking the finish of the St. E drainage project.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have a first. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Got a first and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Good.
Can you give us a quick update on the status of it, please?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was out there today. They have, there was a fiber optic line here today, or yesterday, I think, but, it was not marked, so, and I think part of it, came, lost connection because the ground fell in a little bit down the trench. Anyway, they've made it up to, they've done about half of the north side, maybe it's the east half, I don't know if it's exactly half, but they've done the east side of the north part. And they're just now starting on the west portion of that, going west. They've set one piece of pipe and one catch basin so far. There's several set down through there. And they've decided that they wanted to do a new alignment as opposed to what we had on the plans. We took a look at it and asked them if, if they want to try that, then we asked them to partner and, kind of take responsibility of that alignment in case they were encountering any other utilities or anything.
What did they run into? Was it, I know there's a sewer line and a big water line there, so.
Yeah, they're kind of going in between a gas line and water line right now. But, they're making it work. They get kind of narrow here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next quarter, but, yeah.
How big is that pipe through there? I can't remember. Is it 12 or 15?
The water, yeah.
No, the storm.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I have to look. It's maybe 15, something like that. Well, maybe bigger than that. There's some, detention that's actually planned for that pipe. It's,
Okay.
yeah, part of the design engineering.
And you did find out about the pipe that's going underneath 50. I saw the Televac TV tape. That looked pretty good.
Yeah, it
And
looks like it's in good shape except for the ends, which would be, probably be accessible.
that pipe saved us. I think that's an original pipe from when they built US 50, if you can believe it. So, it was 1940s. And it was like a clay pipe or something.
Wasn't made in China.
Oh, no, it was in good shape.
Yeah.
It looked like it was in good shape.
Oh, that's good. We'll be glad to get a couple of these behind us, that's for sure. Okay. Anything else, Steve?
No, I'm just
Okay, anybody
admiring
else?
the picture here you gave us, Jeepers. That is a gas main and all sorts of stuff there.
Man, it's busy.
Yeah.
And I think part of what you told us the other day, they're gonna drop in another catch basin on them because it was gonna make their life easier, is that right?
That's the way I understood it. I talked to Jay Smith today, and he said there's actually 4 potential change orders. The first one is what you're talking about, where they're, well, it's not the first one, but it's, one of those is the catch basin, and I thought they were gonna, take care of themselves, and I think they are, but the other change order, there's another one, it's another, catch basin. They would like help on that one, because, and I think it may be due to them, because, just the way the utilities were in the way, they kinda had to snake around it. On that one, we have unit prices for that, so we know we don't have to, we
Right.
have a unit price for that. The other one is just this, on this picture here with the blue, force main. There's the alignment of this, you can't hardly see it, but there's the existing pipe down in there. It's, they say it caused a little extra work, but I don't think they're doing anything for that myself. And then the fourth one, that was the, extra utility potholing, which I think that one might be due. So I'm still in conversations with them about this. I told them that anything in the future needs to come to us first before they do the work. So they are understanding that, but still have more information to go into it.
Wonderful. Okay. All right, moving on. Sewer smell at Carroll and Schneebelt. Kurt Milan reached out to the 2 residents in question, and they have not smelled anything since we've installed the system. So we'll take that as a win.
I need to refill that tank. There's about a third left in it.
Okay.
And all, and it's $3.95 a gallon. With the trip fee and about 2/3 they have to fill, it's gonna be about $1,000 to refill it.
Are they tweaking it a little bit to see if they can?
As of right now, they're not. They asked me, how's it running? I said, the customers are not smelling anything. So they said, like, let's leave it alone.
Yeah, $1,000 a tank. I bet they did.
Well, all right,
Come on,
we start,
Sean.
I have no
Waste
problem,
of
Steve,
money.
trust me, I have no problem having some excitement. No, but the guy's like, we don't wanna drop it down, it's like 5 gallons a day or something like that in 24 hours. They don't wanna drop it down in case they start smelling it again.
Well, we can
Then
always
they have
turn
to
it
come
back
out
up.
here. Well, if they drop down, say, 3 gallons a day and all that, the customers might start smelling it.
Well, that's,
How much are you feeding, do you think, right now per day?
It's about 5 gallons a day. That's what it was set up for, anyways.
so is this a temporary tank, or is this gonna be
Yes, until we figure out how to fix it, or if they have permanent tanks they can bring in, if that's the route we
that
want to go.
hold more than this?
Yes,
Okay.
it's like 500 gallons.
I think we should try, I mean, you guys are the sewer guys, try lowering it a bit. Yeah, if they call us and say it's starting to smell,
Yeah,
we know what
I
to
have
do.
no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, just, I'd tweak it back a little bit. I mean, I'd like to know, if you could maybe get away with half of it
Yeah.
potentially. I don't know.
Let's, when we do that, let's get with Kurt and
Yeah.
Mr. Baker and Mr.
Everyone will be fine with it.
Yeah, just let them know so they can,
Yeah.
hey, let us know if we starting to smell
Right.
it.
Yep.
And what day and all that.
Okay.
Just have to figure out what we're gonna do about the permanent fix
Yep.
if we wanna.
Quick question,
Yes, ma'am.
what's that 5 gallon a day cost if it does end up being in perpetuity?
He said $3.95 times 5,
$3,590.
which is $20. Yeah. I get it.
Smith Corp, did we have to approve this bill?
We do under new business.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Okay. Stellar project, at Ridge Avenue update. We met with, the advisory group, met with HWC, I guess that was last week. We're putting the final stages on it. It looks like it's coming together well. We're giving heartburn to Sean about moving a pole, but it'll be all right.
Just don't know where the money's coming from.
We'll figure it out. So, there's the pole on Brown and Ridge has got 101 guy wires to it. That one.
It's a big pole.
It's a big pole. Yep, so we're working through that. Okay.
Did you do 10 Ridge Avenue substation?
Oh, Sean, the reclosures, do you have them
Yes,
yet?
just got word that now they're saying end of April.
Okay,
They keep getting pushed back.
got it. Okay.
Thank you, Charlie.
All right. Okay, new business, Smith Corp Pay App. The original price is $561,033. and they are asking for $256,913.68. So, what, is this 60%, 50%?
It's around 50.
Yeah, I looked through their contract we signed with Smith Corp, and that's on par, with that. Once they got about 50%, they would ask for 50% of the money. So that's kind of where that number came from, according to the contract.
Say it again, I'm sorry.
The contract that we signed with them, basically when they finished phase one or got so far along, they would ask for 50% of the budget
Okay.
of the 500,000 plus. So that's where that number of the two something comes from.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all fine with it as long as, as long as they've got that amount of pipe in. I'm sure they do. I'm sure they're more than 50% done.
They've been out a while back, so they've got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just typically do progress payments, you know, if they've got X amount of pipe in, then you pay them for that. So they're more than 50%, so we're not holding any more retainage then, right, I guess? That's typically how a contract goes.
I think the retainage changes, but it's, what's the cost, so.
I just noticed on their pay app.
122,000.
Okay, so they've had, so this is first pay app, yeah? Okay, number one, got it. All right, and you guys are rezos, you reviewed this, everything's good? Okay, cool.
One thing on this, the city's going to pay the first $32,435.25 to essentially reimburse GRC for the engineering they've previously paid, because we had been paying the engineering fees out of GRC rather than city funds.
We're trying to make the GRC whole.
Okay. Should this be going to GRC instead of us, since
That's
it's?
what I was.
It will, it's, so,
She needs.
Yeah, but we want your approval
Okay.
because we
Right.
don't,
Um,
we want you guys to manage it, but we'll pay for it.
My recommendation is to approve this bill for $256,913.68. I make a recommendation to allow GRC to pay the bill too. Makes sense, I think.
That work with, okay. Got a first, we have a second?
Second.
Got a second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, we have two discussions tonight, and we have, I think, are important to Greendale, and they're very important to me, so, I want to start, we're going to come back to sanitation. We're going to start with, in my 2 years, we have found that we either don't have an ordinance about charging for our time and our equipment, or we don't, or the ordinance is outdated. And what I mean by that, we've had a couple things pop up. We had a sewer repair on Need from Brightspeed. The owner of the house was in Florida during the time the work was done. 3.5 weeks later, he comes back from Florida, flushes his toilet, and they don't flush because Brightspeed has punched a cable through their sewer, and trying to get a hold of Brightspeed was not possible, so Sean and the water crew dug it up and replaced his sewer. But we need a means to bill back Brightspeed. So that's the first thing. Second time, we had a truck flip over at the end of the bridge going onto one. Our guys had to go out there and clean it up. We had to use street sweeper, a dump truck. We took the backhoe out there and 3 or 4 guys. Again, we didn't have a way to appropriately bill them. The street sweeper, when the lighthouse storage unit at the end of Nowen, they had mud, god-awful mud. We went out there 4 times and cleaned that up. And again, we didn't have a proper way to do this. So, and the one that got me good was last Friday. So we had a gentleman down in Weaver Trailer Court at noon ask us to turn the water off to his unit because his valve in the trailer didn't work at noon, to replace his water heater. Now this is Friday, and at 7 o'clock on Friday night, he calls back and he wants us to go out there and turn the water back on. So that's 4 hours of overtime for one of our guys to go out there and go. So,
That's never happened before.
oh yes, it happens a lot.
He's new to this, Steve.
No, I know, but we're getting taken advantage of. It's really what and so I would like, with the board's approval, I've been thinking about the equipment. I think the equipment, putting a price on the equipment's easy because it's what ARPS would charge. I mean, if you had to go down there and rent it. But we need to put a price on our labor, things like that.
My recommendation, I think there's hourly rates, I'm trying to think what they call it, but for, when there's some type of disaster.
FEMA? The FEMA rates?
Thank you, yeah, like a FEMA rate, and you have to do some researching on it, but just make sure, it's not like an emergency rate, but I think they've got every possible piece of equipment.
Yep. That's
broke
FEMA.
down.
They do, I had to do that with, the snow emergency that we had. I had to
Yeah.
go through the FEMA packet and compare.
I would recommend that. I don't know if you could use ARTS. I don't know
Well,
if
I
I would do that.
Okay, but that's the only thing I could think of.
Yeah.
So what I'd like from this, I don't want you guys making decisions tonight, but I would like you to allow these guys to start putting some rates together
Well,
because.
we've done this before, I remember for, electric, when we did some stuff for
For
savings.
accidents, we've done the FEMA rates for the bucket trucks,
Yeah.
and then for like the hourly rates, we got the employee's hourly rate timed it by 30 or something, .30.
We added
for the
30%
overtime, 30%.
Yeah, we
And
used
that-
whatever we were paying them plus 30% for.
Yeah, but that doesn't cover it. I mean,
It's
by
not
the time,
enough.
no, it's not enough. I mean,
The bucket trucks, it's like $20-some in the FEMA rate, and that's it. Now you have to find the chassis, then find the boom, add those two prices together and all that. Dump trucks the same way, if it's on a 350 or a 250, if it's a 1 ton or a half a ton, it just, you have to add things together.
Because I struggled that when I did the FEMA for the snow, there's no great comparison. You take what they have and try and make it match what we have. It's not
I
a
know.
simple sign, it's a mess.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Well-
like this many pieces of paper you have to
Yeah.
go through on the FEMA
Yeah.
list.
Your labor rates are gonna be about double whatever the salary is.
or more. Yeah, because if you think about it, there's the hourly rate, the health insurance, the,
Like tax.
right, plus the union,
Perf.
plus the catch-up,
Plus
the
union.
perf.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's expensive. And we're not charging enough. So I would like you guys to give these guys the okay to start digging into this. I don't want to make a decision tonight, but it's something that we need to do. Because these are just the four I could think of top of my head.
Okay, so what are you gonna do from year to year to year? You
I
have
don't
to adjust it then?
Maybe, but we have to get a starting point.
I get it.
Yeah, so something else that happened, started a couple months ago when Brightspeed was in Beckett Landing. Brightspeed went in there, like Grant took Richmond and blew all kinds of holes in these people's yards or residents' yards. And the residents, some were concerned and they made their voices known. Well, now that they're mowing the grass and there's ruts everywhere and there's holes and they want their yards fixed. And so now we've gone out there, you were able to get hold of Brightspeed.
Yeah, now it's just kind of a runaround game. What I've seen with Brightspeed is they basically sub it out to whoever they can find and wash their hands of it. So we're to the point now where I am gonna be able to find them because they've ran out of time. But like our permit on that is, if it was a 90-day contract, they have 90 days. Where like right now, we're at a point where they messed up, for example, your yard, Steve, 2 months ago. I can't make them fix that until the contract's particularly up. Where ideally, it's like, hey, you tear up Steve Lampert's yard, you have 5 working days. Something like that. They're supposed to actually be back out there tomorrow, and I'm probably not gonna accept their work just based on what they've considered restored versus what is restored.
Did we make them get like a right of way? They're in the right of way, or are they?
They have an encroachment permit is what they have.
Okay, were they in their yard or were they in the city right of way?
They're in their yard and our right of way. It just kind of varies.
My yard's
I know, yeah.
Yeah,
They tore the heck
Yeah.
out of my yard.
Yeah, I mean,
Right
there,
in front.
there's even one spot that like I said, I was out there before the meeting looking at it, there's even one spot where instead of going underneath the person's driveway, they took the line and literally tucked it in to the joint. I can't make that up. They tucked it into the joint of the apron, so that's why I'm saying I'm probably not gonna accept their work tomorrow when I call them.
Did you get a bond when they got the encroachment permit?
Steve, I honestly can't answer that because that was going on before me.
Okay.
From what, I haven't been able to find good information on it, to be honest.
Typically, I can't remember right now in the thing.
Because
but
I
it was
think
like
I wanna
a $5,000 bond or
Yeah,
something like
yeah,
that.
and I wanna say, I think that encroachment permit goes back a couple years, to be honest with you. Like I said, it's just with the turnover we kinda had, it's kinda gotten lost in translation a little bit.
So what I'd like, $5,000 doesn't go very far anymore, so I think we need to look at increasing our bond and also maybe putting some language in, they have, after they're in someone's yard, they have 10 days, 10 working days to restore it.
Yeah, I mean, if they were over in Shannon's and they made a big rut, just tell them
Yeah.
they need to immediately fix it. If not, you have the right to tell them to stop. Guess what? You're out of here.
And that's
Or
something
stop
that,
work.
when I was in Cincinnati, that's something that we would do. It was like, depending on what it was, but the most we ever allowed was 3 working days.
Yeah.
And it might be 3, but it could be like, we tore out your whole driveway, it was 1 day, basically. And after that, there was $500 a day penalties, just like we do with contractors for our projects.
So we're gonna, that's the other thing we're gonna look into. We'll be bringing back to the board here shortly. Also, the question came up, I guess it was yesterday, Sean, you guys were down in Weaver Trailer Park?
Yes.
We need to know, especially in Weaver Trailer Park,
All trailer parks.
all trailer parks, when that sewer line, once it crosses the property line into the trailer park, I feel it's the trailer park's responsibility. Private property.
But
So,
does that include jetting the main, that we don't jet the main? That's
well,
the question.
is the main going through is the main going through it?
Yes.
Do we own the main, or does he own the main?
Ask our
Can we-
forefathers
can
here.
we-
I like that.
It's gotta be Weaver's, I mean.
Yes, it
Their,
is.
their line is underneath the trailer.
Yes, we
But
can't get to it.
We have a main, a big main that runs through,
Is it our main?
yeah.
Yeah.
It comes down from Anchor Glass,
Yep.
cuts across.
It's taking on other flows.
How much time do we have?
Yeah, we don't have much time.
Okay, well,
Well, we gotta move on tonight, but
I
that's something.
understand. There's a piece of paper buried in the building over there that I have to bring to your
Okay,
attention.
all right.
So, and it's from probably the 1970s.
Okay, we'll find that and we're gonna bring that back. Okay, now we've got 12 minutes left. We've had quite the month with garbage trucks. Unbelievable. In fact,
Good or bad?
bad. We've had some really bad weeks.
Good that's
No.
not in the realm.
The one truck we thought was good, it's really broke. So,
To the tune of a little over $35,000, bro.
yes.
The one arm?
No,
No.
no.
Truck number 5,
The single axle.
the 2012.
Yes, so it's in Louisville, needs $36,000 worth of repairs. We are renting a truck for $7,500 a month. The one arm was broke all of last week. Nate Wilson and Bubba were able to repair it. God love them both. They stayed late, they got it going for us. We were up and running Tuesday morning. The tandem, which is our oldest truck, which is
89?
Yeah.
89, which is a '06, you might as well send a street sweeper down behind it because of all the trash that falls out of the holes in the bottom of it.
That isn't fixable either.
Yeah, and I am not exaggerating, it's that bad. So, we're going to council tonight, council's been warned of this. We put a sanitation committee together a couple months ago. We've looked at all the numbers, we've looked at privatizing it, we've ran all the numbers. We're gonna ask for a rate increase tonight, but I need Board of Works, knowing in 2 weeks, if council gets this moving forward, we're gonna have to order a new truck, a single axle.
Yeah, and that, the price on that is gonna be $258,884.30. That we will be able to defer payments until next year on.
Yeah, that's a Sourcewell.
I was gonna say, are you going like state contractor Sourcewell?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so, okay, what kind, what'd you say? I'm sorry, 250 what?
258,884.30.
Yeah. I will,
Single axle?
that's a single axle. We're not gonna buy another tandem.
Okay, agreed. Cause
Yeah.
tandems,
Yeah. They're days of the past.
yeah, and it's rough, especially with the one-arm bandit, that you
Yeah.
don't need the tandem because you get torsion in the axles and things go bad on the end of them. But, so how is the one-arm bandit truck going? You said it's got a lot of problems too, or?
It's nearing the end of its life as far as the mechanics.
That will be the next one that we come and saying we have to buy in the near future. We just, originally, we were gonna wanna buy that first, but after our rears have went to bed, that has to be first priority.
Yeah.
But then after we're able to do that, if we're able to do that, the next will be the sidearm.
Yes, so what Andy Lyons has put together a Excel spreadsheet, and we have built into it, or Andy's built into it, a depreciation / capital expense. So what, did you take it out 10 years? Is that what you did? I think so.
I took it out further than that, but 6 years suffices for purposes right now.
Right, to get us, so we haven't raised our rates since,
You still paying $20?
yeah, October of '08. They have not gone up in 17
It
and a
used
half
to be
years.
10 or 5.
It was
This is
5.
insane.
Went
Yeah,
5
it's
to
like-
20. And the other thing, if you ask ChatGTP what $20 in October of '08 is worth today, it will tell you it's just short of $32. So, and you can't go to Kroger's and go get fuel in your car and not know that prices have gone up.
Okay, so you're gonna talk rates or something
Yes.
tonight?
Yes.
Okay, but are you going to try to, there's specifically a department that is sanitation, and there's guys in it and vehicles. Do you have a pretty good idea of what you spend? Okay.
He's got it down to the penny.
Okay, cool.
I will send it to you guys tonight.
So what's,
So, I mean, so you've looked at, we was talking about private, whether it's somebody like Rumpke or.
We talked about.
Or hiring, Lawrenceburg to do it?
Okay, well, so here's the thing about privatizing it. If we privatize it, the 2 bid jobs get laid off. Those are our senior guys, they will go away. We can't justify keeping those 2 guys
And-
if we're not taking in income.
But there's no place else that those guys could.
No.
We don't have any other positions open right now. If we had another position, then they would have an opportunity to transfer, yes. But as we speak, we don't
We are
have another
full.
position,
You're
we're
right.
full staffed.
Yeah.
We don't have anybody retiring.
No.
No.
And if we privatize it, we're not gonna do the billing, because we'll be right back in this position in a year or 2 or 3. So at that point, it would be up to the residents to contact Bestway or Rumpke, be on your own.
Which we are pretty much in the same price range. Bestway and Rumpke range from like $24 to $31 a month. So we're looking at around $32, around in that area for us. But also the service we provide is not what Rumpke or Bestway is gonna provide.
Right, so we pick up trash, we pick up recycling, and once a week, if you take your leaf clippings or your sticks or your twigs or whatever, we'll come pick it up. Nobody offers that service, especially on a dollar per dollar.
and I guarantee you, if you get missed and there's a lot of people that don't put their garbage out in time,
Oh, yeah.
we turn around and go back and get it.
We
And
do
I
it. We-
guarantee Rumpke's on their way.
We do it every day.
Yep. Yes, so why I'm planting this seed at the 4th Monday, I haven't even looked ahead. Anthony, you know what date that is?
28th?
The 28th?
Something like that.
We're gonna ask about buying a truck if council approves the rate increase tonight, because it's,
So Andy, you went through all the numbers and you figured it out. and
Becky provided a breakdown of all the numbers.
20 to 32, is that what you want?
we're gonna get, our suggestion, H is $5 this year, $5 next year, $2 the third year. So, yeah.
Yeah, but then how long is that rate good for?
Well, honestly, it should be looked at every fourth year, John, is how I feel. Just like we are, which we are required to do by ordinance for our utility rates, I think sanitation should fall under the same umbrella.
Well, plus the fact, I mean, yeah, if we need 32 right now, and you're talking about 3 years out before you even get 32, what would that number be in
Right.
3
That,
years?
well, Andy put all that together for us, we have that.
Okay.
So the first 6 years or 7 years, you're gonna have debt service on these new vehicles. Plus, you're gonna be funding your depreciation, which you're not doing now.
Right.
So you're gonna be funding both of those things for the first 6 or 7 years. But after 7 years, you're not gonna have any more debt service ever going forward, because your depreciation funding should cover your new trucks each time you need a new one. So your $32 will get you pretty good until those 6 or 7 years, and then you actually see a decrease where you're in good shape for another 3 or 4 years.
And
So,
that also covers the maintenance and et cetera throughout that period of time.
right.
Should,
Which-
have everything broken out.
You get a new truck this year, you get a new truck next year, your maintenance costs should drop significantly.
Right.
You know.
We spent $50,000 last year in the one arm for maintenance. And then we just spent, I haven't seen the bill yet, but we just spent some money last week fixing it again, so.
And you're renting,
Oh, yeah.
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 So I have to ask, what we did in years past was use the riverboat budget to, buy large capital improvements like this. Is the riverboat budget kinda hurting or what?
Well,
Just asking.
The previous administration spent more than we took in. Went through it pretty hard. Becky and I have kind of taken the Doug Hedrick mentality, trying to spend only 3/4 of what we take in, which I think is how it should be. And we feel that sanitation shouldn't be subsidized by Riverboat. You know, what we should have done when we bought the one arm, Steve, we should have raised the rates and put a depreciation account together. So we were in this, when this truck is worn out, when we have a 9-year-old truck, we just get a new, we had the money.
I get it, I understand.
I mean, it really ought to be this same way, whether it's fire truck or electric truck or whatever, right? We ought to have a depreciation fund that.
Just like a business would have to.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes. So, I mean, nobody likes to raise rates. It's not ideal, but this has been a tough month in sanitation.
Well, when I first got here, again, I think the bill was what, $5 a month?
Yep.
And then everything was being paid out of taxes.
Yes.
And then I did like some analysis back in 2008, 9, and found out exactly what we spent, and I think we came out like we're spending $19 per home per, $18 per month, and that's when we passed the ordinance for 20, and then it never changed. But then whenever we had any capital improvements and stuff, obviously we dipped into the riverboat the whole idea was to keep, rates kind of flat. I
Right.
get it. But yeah, we didn't increase the rates, so.
But again, maybe nobody wants to raise it, but that's the reality of the thing.
But-
And to
Yes.
your point, I mean, we're competitive with whatever the market
Yeah,
is.
well,
And you don't go and say, hey, I'm only gonna pay $2 for gas. You don't get any.
well, and that's the thing, I mean, with what Andy did, none of that is us trying to turn a profit. That is strictly us paying for equipment, and the $2 in 3 years is a small portion of labor. It doesn't cover labor, but it is a small portion. So, I mean, there is no profit, we're just trying to break even.
Yep. So,
I
go
gotta
ahead.
ask a question though, I know we gotta get out of here, but you said you wanna get rid of 89,
That's the 06, yes.
06 one, and then get a single axle. Does it make sense to go get a one-arm Bandit, if you will, and get that new? Because does that not pick
Or-
up 90, or that does all the heavy lifting, right? Picks up most of the garbage.
Well, the problem is when the one arm goes down, we have to have 2 trucks to do its work.
Yeah.
Right?
So you have the other one arm?
So, no, our thoughts are, we got the 12 being repaired. What's the
Yeah,
number on that?
We initially wanted to do that, Steve, correct. But the problem is, we'll get rid of 89. The truck number 5 needs to go to just backup. It's worn out. So by basically not replacing one rear, we could potentially be in the same boat we're in now of one in the shop, renting one, and having a one arm, because the one arm's not going to pick up all the other stuff. So that's our problem. That's why we decided that it makes more sense for everyday use to buy the rear now, and then before the end of the year, go ahead and proceed with the one arm.
As I said, they're coming back before the end of the year to beat the price
Yeah.
increase.
I'm going back from memory now, but, I mean, the whole idea was the one arm picked up the lion's share of the garbage, and we ran
Correct.
the single down the cul-de-sacs. It had to go in different places where the one arm couldn't get
No,
to.
correct, but the problem is though, and you're right on your normal pickup, but like your dumpsters, anything else, your couches, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And that's the problem we have. Like I said, our trucks are so old, if we do kind of what you're talking about and what we initially talked about, there's a high probability we're gonna be in the same boat where we have a truck in Louisville getting repaired and renting a truck from Louisville for $7,500 a month. So that's the dilemma if we go one arm first.
Yeah.
And what's the lead time on the new truck?
So the new truck, it won't happen because we have to get things passed, but the new rear we could buy tomorrow
It's in stock.
and have it delivered tomorrow. Now, that's not gonna happen because we gotta do things correct, obviously, but essentially, as soon as it's passed, we can buy it. The one arm, we're 10 months out. From the time we order it, we're 10 months out.
I think we bought that on Sourcewell too. I think the
Yeah.
one arm back in the day.
Yep, you did.
Okay.
Okay, so all the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, H.
What are you gonna do if somebody says, I'll take care of my own garbage?
You can't,
What are you gonna do about that?
you can't opt out. You
So
can't,
everybody in Greendale has to have garbage pickup, right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
It's right in the ordinance, H. It
Yeah.
says it.
But you can still take your garbage somewhere else if you want.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, thank you all.
Need
a motion to-
Motion to adjourn.
Yep. Got a first, we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Okay, thank you.
The only reason I'm up here, because Nathaniel doesn't want to sit by himself. That's why.
I'll tell you, it's been a month.
I did, and I just